one. Let's see what we got here. Crappie. Golly, I'm having so much trouble getting the fish in the boat today. All right, there's a little keeper-sized crappie right there under the bridge. And welcome back, everybody. You're on your Southwest Outdoors Report. Let him go back. Not keeping him today, although we very well could. Tell you what, there's a couple of considerations when you're fishing under a bridge for any kind of fish, really. Number one is you need to watch which way the current is coming around the bridge pilings. Now, as you can see up in front of us here, the wind is hitting us right in the nose. It's coming right towards us here, and so the current is hitting on that right side of that bridge piling there, sweeping around, and the little eddy, the current is on the back left-hand side of this piling, and that's right where that crappie was. So always pay attention to that. Usually that's where you're going to get the most bites, on the downwind side of the bridge piling. The other consideration is whether you're going to still fish or use the trolling motor. I like to put my Motor Guide Tour Edition 109-pound thrust trolling motor down and go from piling to piling, but what you can do is throw a rope right over the top of that cross member, tie up, fish straight down with minnows or the little Bobby Garland crappie jigs like I'm using today. All right, here's Gary Dallahan up in Oklahoma.
Here I am in front of Denison Dam at Lake Texoma, a shared waterway between the states of Texas and Oklahoma, and one of the most famed striper fisheries in the country. The weather's hot here right now, but so is the striper fishing. According to longtime striper guide on this lake, Chris Caldwell, striper fishing is excellent. A lot of that has to do with the fact the shad have really come back after a bad winter kill. The shad right now are back up to about a 3-inch size. He says they are big enough to net, and they're a really good size to use for live fishing for stripers right now. The topwater bite can happen first thing in the morning for about the first hour and a half here down by the dam, but he says you have to go with the small baits, something in that 3 to 3.5 inch range. Once the topwater bite stops, you need to go down 30, 35 feet. Look for your fish along the ledges. Lake Texoma has a lake license for only $12 that you can purchase from either side, either state. And this lake does have a slot limit where you're only allowed to keep 2 fish over 20 inches. The total limit of fish is 10 per person. Chris said that right now the fish in the 13 to 16 inch range are very common. The 16 to 19 are actually your best keeping size, which are running about 3.5 pounds. You can catch a good number of fish in the 20 to 22, 23 inches. They said those bigger fish are pretty skinny. So as far as keeping a good limit to eat, really look at that size in the 16 to 19 inch range. One thing about them, you can't catch them if you don't go. See you on Lake Texoma. Good fishing.
This week on the Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week, how about a little catfishing flow trip below the dam at Lake Livingston? There have been some fantastic reports of catfish being caught in the first few miles below the Livingston Dam on the lower Trinity River. So let's locate it for you right now on the Lowrance HDS-10 with the shaded insight relief mapping. As you can see, Lake Livingston is west of the town of Livingston and the dam is on the south end here. We zoom in and locate the dam again and the river running southward down toward US 59. There's a public boat ramp just below the dam near Farm to Market 3278. Simply launch your boat, drift down the river with prepared catfish bait or shrimp. The bonus in this part of the river is there are lots of white bass and stripers that can be caught schooling at times. Now, you'll most likely need a shallow drafting boat or a john boat of some kind in order to make that float trip, but there's plenty of deep enough water and it's a great place for a little summer fishing trip below Lake Livingston. That's this week's Lowrance Hot Lake of the Week. Stay with us. When we come back, I'll have your big fish photos on the big catch of the week, and Heather has your Stren Ask the Pro.
The Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by your Texas Chevy dealers, is brought to you by quality award-winning Tracker Boats. Fish the finest. By Lowrance, makers of the HDS, High Definition System. And by Jean LaRue Lures and Bobby Garland Baits, quality soft plastic baits made in Oklahoma with American pride. This is the Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by your Texas Chevy dealers.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for our Ask the Pro feature, brought to you by Stren, the standard of dependability. Our question this week is from Chris in Houston, who would like to know, How does the full moon affect daytime fishing along with barometric pressure? For the answer, let's ask 8-time Classic qualifier Greg Hackney, who just wrapped up the 2010 season with a top 10 finish in the Bassmaster Angler of the Year standings.
The biggest thing for me on a full moon, I know that, there's been a lot of research done 3 days before and 3 days after and during that full moon are normally the periods of, there's a lot of activity from the bigger fish. Deer hunting's the same way. It just seems like the older animals or the bigger fish in the lake, whether that's a 5-pounder or a 15-pounder, depending on the lake you're on, seem to be more active. So that's one of my more exciting times to fish because I'm anticipating that there might be a chance at a trophy during that period of time.
Thank you, Greg. If you do have a question for one of the pros, visit our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. Click on the Stren Ask the Pro link and send us your information. Now here's Barry with our Whataburger Big Catch of the Week.
This week's Big Catch of the Week photograph comes to us from Curtis Montgomery of Grand Saline, Texas. He's shown here with a 12-pound striped bass. He caught it in Lake Whitney, and the good news was that he caught it in a Texas Striper Association tournament, and it won Big Fish of the tournament. If you'd like to enter the contest, go to our website, register to become a fan club member. It's free, and you'll have access to the members only area, including a place to send in your Stren Ask the Pro question and your Whataburger Big Catch of the Week photograph, along with my weekly blog. Well, let me say this about bridge fishing. It is one of the most consistent ways I know of to catch crappie and other species year-round, but particularly in the hot summertime months and in the cold winter. I hope you'll take some of the tips and techniques we talked about today, use those, catch yourself a big old basket full of crappie, white bass, whatever else swims in your favorite lake. We'll see you next Thursday night at 10:30. The only possible exception might be those of you in the Houston area. You'll see our show right after the Houston Astros post-game show if the Astros game happens to run late past 10 p.m. You can always get the latest on our air times on our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. You can see last week's episode up for all of the following week. And we have a YouTube channel where you can see all of the archived episodes of our show right back to the beginning of the season. That's at Southwest Outdoors Report on YouTube. See you next week. Until then, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.